Hey guys, welcome back to Amanda's Favorites. Today I am so excited to be able to show you the 2018 calendar year date designer planner. If you have been following me since the beginning, you know that I got a 2017 date designer planner. It's a really pretty blue and white cover and I have a video on that. But I was in my very first few weeks of doing this channel and I decided to do a giveaway on it because I really hadn't learned how I would be running my channel. And then I realized I needed it for so many more videos. So unless I have an extra planner of some kind, I can't really do a giveaway on it because I need it for numerous follow-up videos and things like that. So I have been wanting another day designer. And I was so excited when they emailed me, and let me show you the packaging it comes in. And they told me that I was their referral team day designer winner for, I don't know how often they do this off their referral team. But anyway, I have a link down below to day designer. If you wanted to buy one, if you go through that link, then I get some type of referral credit. I don't know because I haven't gotten any yet, but apparently they picked someone out of their referral team and I got a 2018 planner and they even let me pick the cover. I was so excited. And it came with that sweet little note. And their packaging is beautiful. So their packaging is this beautiful box, which if you needed to send somebody else something, you should keep this box because it is beautiful. It's gold striped. I mean, it does have the day designer emblem in there, but the inside of the box is all gold striped and beautiful too. So I just wanted to show you guys that. It's a really nice presentation. If you were sending someone this as a gift, or if you wanted to keep the box. Then it comes with this really nice keepsake box. This is what your planner comes in. It pulls out like a drawer and it comes in plastic wrap and then bubble wrap. So it is very well protected. Okay, so first of all, they have a lot of great covers. They have 2 different sizes in the Day Designer, this flagship brand. Okay, so this planner though, I'll measure the cover, but then we'll see about the pages. The cover is 8 inches by 9 3/4, and the pages are about 7.5 if you're going into the spiral by about 9.5. Okay, so the pages are about 7 by 9, but a little bit bigger, 7.5 by 9.5. And the cover is bigger. It is 8 inches by, what did I say? I already forgot. By a little, almost 10, a little over 9 3/4. So it is bigger than your standard 7 by 9. Like, let me pull just to show you for comparison. Your standard 7 by 9 InkWELL. This is your standard 7 by 9 planner. You can see the edge gap here. You're having about a 1/2 inch on each side. So it's about a 1/2 inch bigger on each side than your standard 7 by 9 planner. Okay, and it is thicker and heavier than your standard 7 by 9 because it is a daily planner. It has a whole year worth of days in here. So it is thicker and heavier. And that's why Day Designer also sells a mini version. So I want to show you because lots of you will want to compare this. I will do a comparison video on these later. But Emily Lay's fits like this on top of the Day Designer. So you have an even bigger margin. Emily Lay's cover is 9 by almost 7, 6 3/4. So in between these 2 sizes, the Day Designer, well, no, the mini is actually smaller than this one, but it's a little bit more square shape. So if you're really trying to decide on dimensions, you need to look up those dimensions and really compare. I don't have a mini to show you of the Day Designer, but let's get into this. So they have a lot of beautiful covers you can choose from. They have these gold corner edges. They have this gold coil, but it's like a matte gold. It is not a shiny gold. Like, let's see, just to compare, to show you, InkWELL is a shiny gold, and this is a very matte gold. I like it. So it has the traditional O-ring that so many of these planners have. And you open it up, and I imagine each different color, each different cover comes with different colors on the inside to coordinate with it. Okay, and it has a pocket here, which you could fit some stuff in. It's pretty tight. You can't fit a ton of stuff in there. All of their tabs are gold. So they are a very neutral planner, okay? Because their pages also have no color on them. They're only black and white. So they're very neutral. So you start out and you have your page right here where you can write in your name, but it also says my word for the year is. How so many people pick a word for the year, so they've clued into that. And then she gives you a whole bunch of information about the day designer, how to use the day designer and the purpose pages. And then they're showing you the purpose pages. They have my reality check page, my core page. They have my goals page, my plan page. This is all in the beginning. Ideal month layout, ideal week with time slots, like what do you want to be filling your time with. Then they have the whole 12-month overview of 2018, because this is the 2018 calendar year planner. And they've done it kind of different how other planners have, because they give you like a whole box in here. They're laying out the whole year for you. And on that very page where the year layout is your January tab. These tabs feel really thick to me. They don't feel like they'll have any problem being flimsy. And the page that the tab is on is thicker. I would call it a thin cardstock. Okay, so here's what their monthly layout looks like. It's very minimal, very leaves it open to your design and your colors. Now, I will say, notice they flag their holidays with a flag, and then they also write the holiday down here. So the flag kind of is like, woohoo, like showing you there's a holiday there. You have a note section titled This Month down the left side of your calendar. Now, here is something that is very different. You need to take note of this. All other planners, except for Passion Planner, which you can choose, but all the other planners I've had my hands on have a Sunday start on their calendar. You know, most calendars do have a Sunday start. Day Designer is very different. She is giving you a Monday start. So for people who like that, and then they like to have their Saturday and Sunday group together, their weekend group together, then this would be good for you. For other people, it's out of the norm of what usually your monthly outlook is looking like. So think about that when you're looking at this planner, because if you didn't notice that, that could be a big surprise to you when you get it. And you may not be able to see this well, so I'll hold it up closer. But the weekend days have these very, very light gray lines going diagonally across the boxes. So it just kind of, it's barely noticeable, I will tell you that. But it kind of blocks out like the weekend, like, okay, this is the weekend, and the work week is all white with none of those lines. So that's something else to notice. Okay, after your monthly view, right on the back of it, you go into your first day. Now, I will look up if it lists what pound or GSM their paper is on their site. I don't know right now. If I find it, I will stick it in the video here. I'll write it in. So I don't know what pound their paper is. I can tell you this. It is not near as thick as the new ERIN CONDREN paper, which is 80-pound text, which equates to 118 GSM. It's not there. So it's definitely below that. It might be 70-pound text. It's not super thick. So we definitely will need to do, we're going to do some pen tests in here for sure to show you guys how that comes out. I'm interested to see. Okay, but let's look at the layout of the page right now, because you get one page per day, but Saturday and Sunday share a page, but they don't share it horizontally split like Emily Lay does. They share it vertically split, so it's done differently. This is your Saturday and Sunday. But let's go over one full page, and I want to show you some stuff close up on here. Okay, number one, Your date is at the very top, very tiny. So it's small up there. And then you have a quote for every day. You have a top 3 for every day, which I love. You guys have heard me talk before. I like that concept. Then you have this little box, due, dinner, dollars, don't forget. So something that's due that day or a bill, what are you going to have for dinner? You can scribble it in there. Dollars spent that day, and don't forget that day. I think those are really smart. Then you have your day outlined, 2 sides divided exactly down the middle of the page. You have your hourly from 5 to 9 to write in appointments or hourly things. And then you have your to-do list with check-off boxes down the other side. At the bottom, you have a little note box and a daily gratitude box, which I like that there. It's not very big, and you guys know how I write big. So I don't know that my gratitude would fit in that box, but I could extend it. I like the thought of thinking of a daily gratitude. So I will tell you my honest opinions of so far about the page layout. I love the top 3. I like how they mark holidays with a flag for them to stand out. I think that these are great items. I don't know how much I personally would use them, but I don't think they're a waste of space. I think they're good items that lots of people would probably use functionally. You know me, I don't really go by hourly, but I do like how this has a bigger page, so there's more room for my to-do list. My to-do list would probably just be taking up the whole lines so I could write more. And I will definitely experiment with it in 2018 and show you guys how it works for me and how I use it. I will definitely do that. But I can envision myself just, if I have any appointments for the day, writing them, I'm not sure, up top, because I just like those to stick out, and then not wasting the rest of the time space because I don't need it all, but maybe just making my to-do list go all the way across. I don't know. We shall see when I try it out in 2018. I will definitely do videos and report to you guys on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at Amanda's Favorites if you're not, because that's where I check in every day, and that's where I do giveaways from, and that's the only social media I'm on outside of YouTube. Okay, so every day you get your whole page and they look exactly the same. Then you get, let's go to the Saturday and Sunday. Okay, here we go. It's right here. So Saturday and Sunday, it just says Saturday and Sunday, January 6th through 7th, 2018. Okay, so it combines it. You still have your 1 quote per page. You have your top 3 to-dos up here for Saturday and Sunday. I really like that they still have that on there. Then you have your day lined out from the hours from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. for Saturday and Sunday. But of course, you wouldn't have to use the hourly like that. You could use the hours just as your running to-do list for Saturday, okay, and Sunday. That's exactly how I would use it. And I love this concept. I love how down here it has next week on Saturday and Sunday. And it has little boxes in all the days of your next week, starting on Monday. And so you could scribble in if you have appointments or big things coming up. So you can just kind of see it there, thinking about your next week and what's coming up. I like that item being down there. So that is what your weeks look like. They all look the same. I'm going to show you something. When your month ends on the left side over here, then you're going to get a notes page thrown in here. It's got 3 headers, and your lines, dotted lines, are divided into kind of like 3 columns. But you could definitely just write all the way across on them too. Then your next month starts. And then you go into your monthly. Remember, just like I said, flags for holidays, they stand out really well. Starting on a Monday, and you can see the grayed out weekend with the teeny tiny diagonal lines. So then you go right into the next month. It looks the same. But I wanted to show you guys when your month does not end on the left side, when your month ends on the right side like this, then you don't get a notes page for that month. You don't. You have your tab on that page, and it's a little bit thicker, almost like cardstock, and you go right into the next month. So it just depends where the month ends. Like March ends and you get this notes page before April. But April ends and you get a notes page before May. June, okay, May ends, you get a June note page. July, you don't get a note page where July starts because June ends right here. It's actually June 30th and July 1st, right there in your weekend. So they're not going to split that up. Then you have July, and then you go into your July 2nd. So you get note pages on some months, and some months you don't. Then, showing you guys at the very end, there are no notes pages at the end. And remember, there were no notes pages in the beginning. And yes, sometimes when you're turning a whole bunch of pages, you have to work the O-ring, because this is a thick book, and it's big, because it's for the whole year daily. Okay, so when December ends, let's go here to the end so I can show you guys. December ends, this is December 31st, a Monday. You do not get any extra days. Looking ahead, it ends December 31st, and you do have one note page right here at the end. You have one blank page just as like an end cover sheet. And that's it. No pocket in the back. There's a pocket in the front. Okay, so let's see if I've got my O-ring stuck. It is true, when you're flipping the whole book, you've got to have it, you've got to make it go. Now, when you're flipping just, let's say I'm just flipping to May, flipping it open, it works pretty well. Okay, I would say these O-rings are good for the size of the book. They are not the best O-rings I've ever had, but they are not the worst O-rings I've ever had. So maybe it's just because how big the book is. I mean, it's bigger width and lengthwise than other planners with O-rings that I have. So there's that. But let's do a pen test for sure, because I want to show you guys how some pens look in here. Okay, I have my trusty pen case, and we are going to test a whole bunch of pens in here. So let's get started. Let's start with some Flair pens. Some Papermate Flair, if you're not familiar with what they look like. Okay guys, now that we are done writing with all the pens that I have, I've tested a lot of different ones. The Staedtler Fineliner, Pentel Energel 05, Pentel Energel 07, Sharpie pen, Friction 07, Pilot Precise V5, Pilot G205, Faber-Castell Pitt Artist pen, and Muji pen, 0.38, some Flair Papermate colors, and let's just go over the Muji down here with some fine mild liners. The mild highliner you can find, mild highlighters you can find on Amazon. Now let's look how these are going to look on the other side of the page. I have not even looked myself, so this is the first time I am seeing it. Okay, so you can see they all did pretty well. The Papermate Flairs are up here, and they didn't bleed through at all. Nothing bled through at all. Now, down here, the most wrinkling from the wetness of the mild liner has come. But really, the rest of the pens did good. For the way, the thickness that this paper fills, I am actually, to be honest, I'm shocked that it did this well. I thought it might show through a lot more. So it did really well. And that's what you're looking at. And that's how it's looking on the other side. So I actually think it did really well. And I really think we covered all the points, you guys, because the pages look exactly the same throughout. There's not a whole lot to go over. There's not, you know, in between monthly pages, all that to go over. The beginning portions I did just only flip through for you guys, because these are really just like detailed sections that not everybody will want to complete. I understand that. But where you're going to have to go in yourself and read these over, and she gives you directions, and I believe there's even more information on the website about these pages. So if you want to complete these goal setting pages at the beginning and defining your core values and such, and turning your goals into intentions page, then you will have to, you know, get into all that on your own. It's not something that I want to talk extensively about in this video, because I feel like the bulk of the planner are the daily pages that I showed you, and that's why most people buy this planner. So that's it, guys. I'm so excited to show this to you, and I will be doing other videos comparing this to other daily planners. So those videos will definitely be coming up too. Thanks for watching, and I will link Day Designer down below in my description box if you want to go check out some of their covers or some more on their site. All right, guys, thanks. Have a great day. See you next time.